Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my Smart Tally Prime YouTube channel. My name is Babura from Hyderabad. Now we are learning in the last few videos the special features of Tally Prime release 3.0 and 3.0.1. Both are same except two differences that we'll talk later. So I am taking up 3.0.1 release, the special features. So in the special features, we covered already, we covered some features. So we covered all these features in one part, in part one. And in this case, this number 8, this is very, very, very important because this deals with setting up the GST and HSN details. So when a company is created in F11 features, so we will, in the first one, we will give the GST registration details. That means GST will be activated. We will do the GST registration details. That's all. The second one, and then we have to set up the GST rate details. GST rate details means GST rate and HSN or SAC for service, SAC for goods, HSN. So the details we have to set up. So where you have to set up the details, not like in GST, I mean, released up to release 2.1. Release 2.1. So every place if you set or alter GST details, if you click that yes, then only it will ask you that details. So HSN code, and then so it will not be visible in other places. But in this case, the dashboard, that is not, we need not click any set or alter GST details. Automatically every place the window will show the HSN details. It will ask you HSN details and GST rate details. It will ask you. So it will be visible everywhere. And in one place, if we give, it will be visible in the other place also. It will be visible. So we already learned about this. So this GST rate details means both GST rate details, they can be set up at 7 places. They can be set up at 7 places. Already we completed 5 in the part 2 and part 3. Part 1 deals with the previous features. Part 2 and part 3, we completed up to number 5. We completed up to number 5. So see that 2, 3, and the current 4, these 3 videos without fail. See these videos completely. Then only if you know this setting up of how to set up the rate details, then only if you know it well, learn it well, then only you can record the transaction perfectly. If you record the transactions perfectly, the GST reports will show perfectly without any error. In such case, so on the basis of those reports, you can file manually the GST returns manually in the GST portal, or the GST reports in our Tally. The report directly can be uploaded into the GST portal, then file the returns very easily. So this is done. So the 6th one is GST classification. So GST classification, see that part 2 or 3, and you can understand everything. Now this is, we are taking the GST classification. So how you will use that? If you use that GST classification, that is very, very, very useful. Previously, up to 2.1 release, this feature is not available. From 3.0 it is introduced, it will be available. And all these, what you say, these methods, how the rates are set up, these are available for every release from 3.0 onwards, in every release in future also. That is why this is very important. If you, and then this classification, if you use this classification, it can be used very easily, either in the case of goods, that is in the item invoice, in the case of services, in the accounting invoice also, it can be used very easily. So first of all, what we do is, we have to create the classification, just like group, stock group, that is stock group, percentages, percentage wise, stock group, percentage wise, multiple ledgers, sales and purchases. Similarly, percentage wise, this classification also can be created for GST. So what you do, you can go to create button, then create, then come down here, statutory masters, classification. Just directly we can create, or what we can do is, you can go to alter button and select here. If you go to alter button and come here and select this, you can see whatever already created, already one percentage is there. So others we can create. Okay. So first of all, 18%, we'll go to create button and go to here, GST, get the rate, 0.5%. That is 5% are here. In this case, we know already in the stock groups also, for this percentage, and we are giving the rate also, this percentage, for this percentage and percentage, there may be for different goods with the same rate, there may be different HSN codes. That is why this HSN code details should not be given here. If that HSN code should be given in the stock items only, because this 5%, one HSN code will have one rate only, but that's another HSN code also may have the same rate. One more HSN code also may have the same rate. That's why one HSN code will have one rate, but one rate will have many HSN codes, because there are only 5, including 0. There are 5 rates: 5, 0, 5, 12, 18, 28. But there are hundreds of HSN codes, HSN rates. That's why the code, each date will have many codes. That's why this may have many different HSN codes for different stock items as well as different services. That's why we won't give anywhere here. And here we will give, so specify here. So we will set up this rate. So here 5% means it is, for example, 5% will give 5% accept. And after that, GST yet 12% will give the second one. And here also don't give the HST code. Specify the details here. Taxable, it is 12%. Okay, 12%. And then 18% already we have. Now we create GST yet 28%. We can create and don't do the HSN details. Specify the details here. It is 28%. So we created. Okay. So we create totally. We created for 8, 12, 18, 28. So it's created and the rate is given, but HSN code we will give in the stock items. Okay. Now we will go when we are going to. So details are not given anywhere because we are creating this. It can be used anywhere. It can be used. This classification can be used anywhere. So we will not give the details in any other place. So now we will go to the vouchers. Then we go to, for example, we go to purchase. So when we are going to purchase, so first of all, yes, purchase. So definitely remember here, don't miss the numbers. Don't miss the numbers. You have to do the numbers separately without giving the number to show error in the report. And now go to the party from whom we purchase. That is, we purchase from a creditor. So we will take up from our traders. C means creditor. We are taken while creating this. We will create. I already created, but when I am creating this one, how we will create? So here, this is there already with it. Otherwise, you have to create. How to see? We have to create. So I already created. So this is the create button. So this is one Sunday creditor group we have to give, and the state should be correctly given, and then we have to give the number correctly. So otherwise, error will show. Will show up in the, and we are purchasing. So we will enter the purchase ledger. We will create this is a common ledger. So in the common ledger, we won't give the rates because common ledger means it can be given for one item only. But there are multiple rates of items we cannot give. So simple ledger. This is called as common ledger. How we will select is F12. Select common ledger account for stock items. Make it yes. So it will be there. Then now we are purchasing the goods. So we'll select. We have to create here. Here we have to create Alt C. We have to create the stock item. But already we created item A, for example. In item A, when we are creating here, see, this is the create button. Item A, then we have to do the unit numbers applicable. And here, the HSN details are not given. We are going to use classification. In the classification, HSN details are not given because this item will have the one HSN code and the another item will have different HSN code with the same rate. That is why we will do the HSN code in the group creation also like that. In the stock group also, stock group at 5% in the ledger. In the stock group ledger, we create when we are giving only rate, and we want to do that. I will show you now. Okay. Now take this specific details here. 5% rate means 1111, for example. And here that will ask the rate. And here, generally what we will do, we'll go to specific details here. But here we are going to use, we are not going to give the details here. We are going to use the specific classification. Use GST classification. If you believe that, which percentage you want? 5%. Just you accept that. All the details will be given. That's all. This can be used in the stock items like in the item invoice, accounting invoice, everywhere you can use. Okay, now, what is over? 2, and for example, 2000. You see, 4000. Sorry, this is the at the entry level, that is voucher level at the end. See item A. So from classification, we are given it is the classification is not a ledger. So from classification, that is item A has taken. So item A, stock item. So item A rate as well as the in HS code. Then item B will take up. So this also we are creating now. I already created, we are creating. Here we have to create that no applicable. Here we have to give the HSN code 22222222. Here we have to select only select what is the use GST classification. So automatically see here percentage is 12% for fee. So 12%. So automatically the rates everything will be taken. Now this is also 2000, 4000, and it is showing item B, item B, item B. Okay. Now we take up item C, and in the item C, we take up create numbers applicable. Here we have to do the HSN details. So it is 3333, for example, 3333. Here we have to select use GST classification. Percentage is 18%. C means 18%. So 18% automatically it is taken. Now it is also two numbers 2000, 4000. See item number C. See item C stock ledger, stock item. Now go to item D. Item D, when I am creating this also. So create units you have to take applicable. Only HS code you have to do 4444. And here we have to select use GST classification and the percentage is 28%. That's all. So automatically we are getting this. So two numbers 2000 and 4000. Now here come down to this, and this is the local purchase. So we give it as CGST, GST. Okay, CGST, GST. So like this. So now the purchase are completed. Now, in the case of interest rate purchase, the same thing. We will do the same thing. And next time onwards, we are already set up the rates and everything. So simply we have to go on entering. And in the case of interest rate, so everything we do like this, and at the end we take the taxation, IGST. Okay. Now we will take up the sales. Sale we are billing to somebody. So in Telangana, data, the same state means data. So same statement I am giving data. See Telangana, number, everything we have to give. See, when I am creating, we have to give everything group and the state and the number. This should be, we have to give perfectly. Then we have to create the sales. Sales is also common ledger. We should not give any details and then come down. So now we are selling. So when you are purchasing, we set up the rates and everything. So second, now just go on only quantity and rate you have to do. Item A, quantity 1 you are selling, 2500. That's all. See already, see item A is taking automatically. And instead of entering till the end, what you can do is here, just accept control A. So it come to the second one, B. So also we sold one, 2600 for example. So B. So now come down. So item C. Item C, and here is also one number 2800. So item C. So accept, and here instead of clicking the space bar and selecting that, you can see now it is D. We take D, it will come automatically. Item D, say type D. Okay, D is also one number 2900 for example, and you will get C. Say item D. So everything is perfectly. And now this is also the same state, that is intrastate. So CGST, GST. Everything you will do. If it is interstate person, the data is interstate data. Interstate data, see here. For example, data, DAP means that interstate AP data. If we select this, now we have to go here, we have to go to, we have to select what one we have to select. We have to select IGST. Okay. So this is over. Now we will see that report here, whether it is correct or not. And one more thing is, see here, in this case, if there is any error in the calculations, then to select whether it is perfect or not, or tax classification is there. Click here, related reports. alternate tax classification. Instead of clicking more, just simply directly click Alt A. So it is giving the tax calculation summary. Now details you want, how it is calculating, Alt F1 or Alt F5. Now here you see it is showing all the calculations. It is showing all the calculations. See 5%, see GST and GST 0.5, half of 5%. I mean 5, 12, 8, 12, 5, 12, what is 18? For this item C, item A, item B, item C. I think for item C, we have not given. For item C, there is something wrong. For item C, see here. For item C, okay, we have given the rate, here we are not given. So for item C, use GST classification, it is 18%. Okay, in the classification, sorry, in the 18%, we have not given, we already created now. So specify the details here, 18%. So it is not given. When we are creating, we have given everything is already created. So it is forgot to do. Okay. Now, if in this case, you have to select U because it will accept the update. Okay. Now, okay. Now you see, for that also you got. Okay. Now, see now, if you complete this, see here, go to Alt A, Alt F1, see 2.5, 6, 18, and 28%. 28. So 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. How do you know it is correct? This calculation will be okay. But how to know the difference? Is there any difference? Anything wrong in the calculation in the voucher and in the calculation? It will show here. Total showing one amount is total. It means this is the same amount in the voucher also. In the voucher also, this is the same amount. It is calculations are correct. If there is anything mistake there, and here it will show two amounts. As per the transaction is voucher. What is shown in the voucher? It will show. As per transaction shown in the voucher. As per the calculation here. As per calculation, it will show both. So the difference you can see. Then you have to make the correction. Otherwise, if you proceed with the, if there is even though there is error, if you proceed here, when you are accepting here, accept. Here, it will show you the error. So tax calculation does not match. So if you accept that, it will accept. But in the GST report, there will be error. So like that, we sold. Okay. So purchased, sold. Now we will see, here you will see the profit and loss account. See F1, Alt F1, see. Purchases, it is shown. Sales, it is showing. And the balance, purchased two, each item we purchased two numbers, but we sold one number. So the balance numbers, one number is balance, 2000, 2000, 2000. So one number is balance, item A, item B, item C, item D. This is the balance. So batches, sales, balance, it is showing. So this is for the goods. Suppose for the services also, we can use voucher. We will go to purchase. We will go to purchase. We will change the mode. We will take accounting invoice. This is for service. So this is the number for everything. Don't forget. And here we have to calculate again. Purchasing means creditor. Here we are purchasing service, not a goods. So what are, for example, we are purchasing accounting service from the auditor CA. So the is a creditor. We are taking his account is a creditor, and here we are purchasing accounting services. So it is expense to us. When we are purchasing the expense, that's why we call it as accounting charges. We write it in the books, not accounting services. We write as accounting charges. So I already have this C, accounting charges or accounting charges paid. Accounting charges paid. So when we are creating this also, here, in this case of accounting charges, here, in the case of goods, stock item will do the rate. But in the case of service, expense and incomes, both the HSN details, that is for service, it is SAC, service accounting code. SAC as well as details, the rate, everything should be given in the ledger itself. So when you are creating, it is indirect expenses. And here, this is not given in the classification. So we have to specify here 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. And here, we should not do the rate. We are using classification. Here also, everywhere. So use GST classification. For any service, rate is 18% GST. So 18% automatically, it will take here it will services. Okay, now I accept. Other cases, we have to take it as goods. And here, for example, 20,000. 20,000 rupees. I see here, accounting charges paid ledger is taken, the ledger is taken, and everything is okay. And now, in the case of accounting invoice, after giving all the items, immediately in the next line, after end of the line, after end of the items, we have to give the charges, tax. In the case of goods, after the total, we have to come down to the total. But in the case of this, the very last line, we have to give. So CGST, HGST. See, we have budget. GST, HGST. In the case of interest rate, we have to give IGST. That's all. Similarly, suppose when you are selling means we are giving service. We are a service provider. We are not dealing with goods. We are selling goods. Services. In such a case, go to sales page, and here we are selling the same auditor. For example, the auditor. See, same thing. Ledger. Where is name? Auditor. So name, you send it return, state, number, everything. And after that, you come down here. What are the services we are selling? We are giving accounting services, auditing services, tax filing, everything. All these are called professional services. So that is called as professional charges. Okay. So I am taking it as professional charges. Professional charges we are giving. In the professional charges, when we are creating ledger, we are creating in the ledger, it is a, in the case of auditor, the professional services payments received is all direct income. So we do it as direct, not indirect. Direct income, come down, specify the details here, we'll do the details. All the service accounting services, everything, all the accounting professional charges will be 1, 2, 3, 4 only. For accounting service also the same thing. This is also the same thing. Here also use GST classification. So for all the services 18%, take 18%, and then services. It is accepted, and then give the amount, for example, 50,000. So 50,000 rupees, CGST professional charges. So CGST, HGST. In the case of interest rate, we will take as IGST. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay. And now we go to the profit and loss account. See, in the profit and loss account, see Alt F1 or F5. See here, for purchases of goods, previous thing, purchase of goods, sale of goods, stock items, balance. But now, in the case of professional services, so in the case of auditor, in the case of professional services, when you are purchasing, along with the goods we are dealing, we may purchase accounting charges. That is, we can take accounting charges from the auditor. So the indirect expense, the property is the trading account, it is in the profit and loss account. But in the case of sale, so along with the goods, the auditor is selling, you don't have any goods, he will sell the professional charges, professional services. So it will be a direct income. Only this will be shown. Purchase and sales will not be shown. Suppose we are purchasing, we are doing business with goods. So we do some services to our customers. For example, with our own lorry, we send goods to the customer and we charge the transport commission, transport charges. In such a case, the transport charges is a service. So accounting invoice, we enter that, and goods will be entered in the item invoice. In such a case, so provisional charge, instead of that transport charges, it's also indirect income. So our business is not direct income. That transport charge is indirect income. We take as indirect income. Transport charges received, that also will come in the profit and loss account. If, along with, so goods will be there, the professional services also will be there. Okay, depending on the business. So this is okay. Now we will go to see the more reports. We will see GST reports. So go to GST reports. So first of all, we sold as well as we purchased. For sales, sales are shown in the GSTR1. We will take GSTR1. We see uncertain transactions. That means any mistake. So there is no uncertain transaction. So there is no mistake. Actually, see, purchasing professional tax charges, that is professional, transport charges paid, that is accounting charges. That is also we purchased. Goods also we purchased, showing both. And when you are selling, this 2A and 2B deal with the purchases. So only in the case of this, here, it is showing the purchase of goods. Here, see here, one, not the accounting charges and everything. Here there is no error. See, so 2 must be the, when there is error, to show the number, it will not show, include here. Only 20,000 rupees is the charge, something is goods or services. And here it is not given. You have to go to that, click that, and it will show here. So totally individually it will show here. Taxability type is invalid. So taxability type is invalid. Here, Rama traders we purchased. Item number C. Item number C. So taxability type. So taxable. Item number C 18% only. 333 18%. And here item number C 18%. Okay. Item number C and GST and GST. So everything is okay. But here, so it's not. So it is showing that if you go and scan enter and enter, this is gonna. See here, now come down. So there is no error. So 2 included. That is 16 plus 20, that is it. 16,000 goods and 20,000 rupees fees. So this is there is no error. And here, this is purchase and this is purchases. If you go to 3B, it shows both. Purchase are shown as ITC, input tax credit, not as purchase. And sales are shown as outward supply. See here, there is no error. So here, this is the sales and this is the purchase. See here, we purchased means we have to show do the 6,120 is the ITC we have received, but our liability is more. 10,753 is the liability. So liability is more. 4,633 still we have to pay to the owner. If ITC is more, we will have the balance. If liability is more, we have to pay. So now, where you can see this liability, go to balance sheet. You see under the current liabilities will be shown on this side because the sundry creditors is showing some debit balance. Sometimes purchase credit sales are more. I mean, professional charges are there. That is why they are coming. So here, if it is on the say tax and liabilities, we have to pay liability to show the liability side. But it's showing on the asset side means asset side showing minus means liability. So 4,633 we have to pay. 4,633 we have to pay because of other entries, both accounting entries as well as item invoice. So this has the difference has come. Okay, no problem. Okay, but actually when you are entering correctly, you show correct figure. Okay, so this is the tax payable by us. So this is how we do it. Okay, this is the GST classification, and another one is voucher entry level. That is here. So you are giving the different rates. So in different places, multiple ledgers or creating single ledger. I mean common ledger, giving the details the stock items, or creating stock groups, So that is one thing. All this creating classification, all these we did. Suppose we have not given, I will take up another one. Another company is voucher level, that is the last one. In this case, in the case, we have not given the details anywhere. We have not the details anywhere. Okay. In such a case, what we do? If I will go to the voucher, so we are purchasing, for example. So we are purchasing from that purchasing means TS creditor. Purchasing from X and go here purchases, and where, for example, we'll take up only 1 or 2. So here, one item we purchased, 2 numbers, 2,500 rupees. Here, at the end, it will show here that it will show the window from where the rates are taken to calculate the GST. What are the GST rate and HSN details are taken from the source. What is the source? From where we are taken? Here we are not, means it's not showing anything, not available, means we are not given the GST rate details anywhere in the anywhere we are not there. In such a case, what to do? So if you accept this, we go to that, see GST, it will not calculate CGST or IGST, what it will not calculate anything. Okay, so in that case, what to do? We have to give the details here. That is at the time of voucher entry. Voucher entry means at the time of now the voucher will be accepted, it will be posted. Okay, so at the time of voucher entry means at the end of the voucher. Okay, so it's not good. Now we have to be here, specify the details here. Here, for example, we'll take up 18% for this one, 18% for this, and now again specify here. And for example, here the HS report is suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Example, we are taking here. Okay, so in this case, see here, This taken. Okay, now it will take CGST. We will take up another one. We will take up another, for example, 18%. We will take up D 28%. Two. So it is 2,500 is also, and here 5,000, and here also nothing is mentioned. Here we will take up. Rate is 28%, and here also specify here the rate is for example this one is 4,444, whatever it may be. It will be like that, and then CGST, GST, see this calculated. So rates are given at the end of the transaction. This is called as transaction level, that is voucher level. So at the time of voucher level also we can use. Okay, and one more thing, this is about the goods, no problem. Yeah. So like this for the items in the item invoice, so here we have made changes. That is why we have to accept O or U. So O has to accept. So this is acceptable. So this is one thing regarding the goods. Anywhere you have not given the rates, you have to give here. Another one, this is useful. In this case of services also, in the case of services, control H, come down to here. This is control H only. This is change the mode, control H. So control H, come down here. In this case, for example, we are getting the service. The service we enter in the book in the name of expense. For example, simple example, in the same service, there may be different rates for the service. In one service, there will be different rates. For example, best example is stationery. We purchase stationery items. We enter in the books like stationery expenses, all the items, whatever it may be, total amount. We write in the stationery expenses account, we enter. But if when we are creating the stationery, for example, 693, here we are purchasing from again, this time we will take from data only TS. So here we are getting, and then the details we are giving, the details I told you already, creditors, Telangana, and everything is there. Okay. And now here we are purchasing stationery. So when you are purchasing stationery, you will get the bill. But in the bill, the stationery items they will mention, and they will mention the rates. So there are many items with different rates. So what you do here, we have to create the stationery expenses account, isn't it? So generally, what we have to do in this case, if you have many rates, stationery expenses just like goods, just like the purchases, what you have to do, stationery expenses 5%, stationery expenses 18%. Like that, we have to create many items. Instead of that, by using the voucher entry level, what we can do is in the same account, we can enter different rates with the help of this one. So, for example, we are taking stationery expenses. In the stationery expenses, generally what we have to do in the stationery expenses, we have to give the services. In the case of service, we have to give the details in the ledger itself. Now we are not giving any ledger because in this case, this is also a common ledger. One rate only we can give, but there are different rates you cannot do. Just accept this without any. What we have to do is here, one thing we have to do. Here, the thing is here at the end, see here, goods or services, stationery, where for using in the office only we are purchasing, we can take it as services, or we are getting some items, stationery items, we can take it as goods. But this goods is not meant for selling, or also we will not show this in the closing stock. Okay, just taking as goods because we are getting some items here. And here we are taking, for example, 1,500 rupees. 1,500 rupees we are taking here. And here, in this case, in the bill, we got different rates. So for each bill rate amount, we'll take separately. See here, for 1,500 rupees, we are taking, we will give the details here. So, for example, for this 1,500, if it is 12%, 1,500, it is 12%. And now here, so that different items, stock items, different stationery items with different rates. So they will have numbers also. That is HSL numbers. For example, 1122. This is 1122. So it is accepted. And now, so there are some more items. So in this, again, take the same account. Take the same account. This time it is 1,000 rupees. And here also, specify the details here. Now it is 18%. Now it is 18%. And now specify the details here. If it is, for example, 1133. For these items, for this rate, the number is this for this service. That is that's it. So here it's like, again we will take up one more again. Again we will take up here, it is 500 rupees, 500 rupees. In this case, specified details here, the rate is 28%. Different items, so the stationery items, they will have different rates. Now, specify the details here. For example, 3344, the third one. So like this, so same expenses taken different rates with the help of the voucher entry. Now we take up CGST, GST. Okay, now we see. Now we see RTA, RTF1. You see, by 6%, 18%, 12%, 18%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. But you see, the expenses are the same. Stationery expenses, stationery expenses, stationery expenses. Okay, this is correct. Now, like, and also total, there is only one amount. The calculations in the voucher, and here both are same. Okay, now we'll go back. So now here, see, we made changes now. So you take O or take O. Okay, click O or click the O or enter O. If you type, it will not take. Okay, now it's okay. Now we see, go to profit and loss account. See here. So stationery expenses, we entered 3 types, stationery expense, stationery expense. But in the stationery account, stationery expense account, it will show, see here. In the stationery expenses, it will show that one. Okay, here in the stationery expenses account, it is showing, it is in the purchases for goods. This is stationery expenses. This is also used using the voucher entry level. This is the voucher entry level we are getting. This is okay. And here we will go to EAL, we will go to ledger. See here, stationery expenses. You see here, we entered 3 items, 3 types we entered, but here only single amount. But 3 are both same accounts. All the 3 are same accounts, but we entered same account again and again for entering the rates in the voucher level. So like, but in the ledger, it will show the total amount. Okay, like this we have to, we can use this. We can use this voucher entry level for goods as well as for services, anything. Okay, and now, sorry. Yeah, and next one, this is over. Okay, and the next one is modify GST HSN details, modify GST rate and HSN details anywhere. So in the case of you want to modify, how you will modify? You can modify anywhere. So whenever you want to modify, wherever you want to modify, for example, this one. So here, not in this one, we will take up in the, okay, in this one we will take up. Not here, this is voucher entry, we will take up another one, another company, we will take up the main company here. So in this case, this one, okay, we'll take up another one. Not this one, we'll take up another company, stock management. So in this one, I watch this. Okay, in this case, for example, so this is the thing we used. In this case, stock management, we enter the stock group here and this one. So the stock, from the stock group, everything is, we enter this number, that is the HSN number only manually, and from the stock group, automatically it has come. In the stock group, we have not entered the HSN only rate, but in this item, we entered the, HSN code. From the stock, it is automatically taken. For example, here, if you want to make the changes, this number you want to change, already it is there. Again, take that specified here. You can make changes and change the thing. And here it is already taken from the group. Suppose if you want to change here, take anywhere, specify details here, and here make the changes. Okay, but here, as per the group, so it's already taken. Like that, if you want to make any changes, then whenever you want to change, go there, whether it is taken from other place or specified there, just you again select specify here and make the changes to the new figure, give the new value, then automatically it will change. In any place you want. Either item, the stock group, in the stock, multiple ledgers, multiple sales and purchases, or stock item, the place in the stock item, in the group, in the multiple ledger. Whenever you want to change, just select specify details here and make the changes. Okay, this is about totally about the modification. Okay, this is, you will take up this, you will add it in the next part because this is very, 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 very important. You must be very careful. That one and these two up to 10, 11, 12, we will take up. 13 also, 13 is very simple. 13, this one we will take up in the next part. And here, up to this one, we complete now. Okay. And now one thing I'll tell you, here, just in this, I will show you this one. See, in the case of classification, you see here, in the same classification, when you go to the classification, here we have given the rate, but because this is the rating as per rates, so because this rate will have many HSN codes, that is why HSN code is not given here, but the HSN code is given in the stock item. Here, in the case of classification, in the case of stock management also, see in the case of stock management also, see here, stock item, when you are creating, here we are taking the group, we are taking the group or you will take it as here. You can take directly, go to group, stock group we created group. In this case also, we are creating as percentage. So this percentage, this rate will have many codes. That is why HSN code, we are not giving only rate. The HSN code is given in the stock level. Similarly, in this case, in the case of multiple ledgers, here, in the case of multiple ledgers, here percentages. So as per percentage we calculated, here also, here in the beginning, we have given the space, HSN details we have given, we give the HSN details as well as rate also. But here also, just like the other two, classification created as percentages. Classification according to percentage. Stock groups created according to percentage. Here also created according to percentage. That's why this percentage is out. So it is better in the multiple ledger also. Don't give here. Don't give the rate here. Only percentage you give. And this what you call the HSN code given the stock item just like the other two. Okay. Just like other two. So this is one in the beginning we did like that. Okay. We have to do this. And with this, we stop this video. And next we will get that. Okay. So with this, we stop the video. I think you understood well. And this another fourth one is different. Okay. This fourth one today is fourth one. So part 2, part 3, part 4. All the 3 videos deal with the same thing. How to set up the GST rate details in different places. We must be very thorough with this. This is required for every release from 3.0 onwards. For every release, 3.0, 3.0.1, then 4 is also released, and something, any advanced, any releases, subsequent releases, everything. This is the same in 3.0 onwards. Before 3.0, up to 2.1, completely different. From 3.0, it is different. Okay. So you must be very thorough. If you enter correctly, if you make the entries, then the reports also will show correctly, so that we can file the GST returns very easily, manually or uploading the evidence. Okay. So with this, I stop this video and we will meet in the next video. Bye.